Right, so Starry Eyes. It's kind of a weird thing, this one. I mean, it's on one hand it starts rather promising, but then it descends in sort of the last 15 minutes of being an absolute bloodbath and desensitized violence, which I don't enjoy. And there's a certain way of doing violence that if it's just really desensitized and has no moral code, then I just don't like it. I mean, it does start off promising. I mean, there is hope. I mean, there's some good acting from this new actress, Alexandra Fusso, I think her name was, or something like that. Um, and there is a David Cronenberg-esqueness to it, which I liked, and they said that it's the David Cronenberg and blah de blah and all this, in the trailers when they have the reviews and stuff, and people raving about it with that sort of aspect of it. And all that seems all good and well, but then the last 15 minutes really just ruined the film. I mean, I get this supposed to be dark and edgy and it's supposed to be disturbing, but I think it went too far. And I think, there's a certain point where you think, hang on, this is going too far. And it just went really too far. And I just didn't enjoy it anymore. And I mean, it would have been better if it actually went into the roots of the whole thing of being a movie or something. Like, for getting to have a role, but that didn't happen, and then it just turns it into bloodfest, and I just found that really disappointing. And I don't understand why it had to go down to that level. I mean, what is the actual point of that? And even at the end, they alluded like something about her eyes looking weird and stuff, and it's just what? And I just feel that if there had been a better ending, then the film would be stronger. I mean, it is interesting, up to that point, you think, oh, hang on, they've just copped out right at the last minute, it's just, because for that whole sort of, we'll see, about hour and 10 minutes, it's actually rather interesting. And I mean, there is stuff about a cult in there, a bit like Red State, but obviously less horrible than Red State, because I hate that movie. Ken Smith is a horrible director, odious beyond belief. Um, But there is something interesting there, and at the end, you think they're obviously going to go a bit more into that. There's obviously something about the cult, and then it kind of goes into the Bloodfest, and then there's something about the cult at the end. They're all by the Hollywood Hills, and you see this LA skyline and all that kind of thing. It's all at night, and they're all like lighting all these things with the things of their cult, what it looks like, and I was disappointed by the end of it. I mean, I've discussed with people in the past that it's kind of hard to maintain a good ending. I mean, White Boys was it? No, White Boys Can't Jump. Oh, no, White Men Can't Jump was a similar, example that was a great movie, and then the ending just kind of ruined it a little bit, and it was just a bit of a shame, and I just kind of feel the same way about most of the movie, that it just the ending isn't the ending it should be, and it just turns into a cult sort of thing movie at the end, and that wasn't particularly fun to watch. I know, obviously, you think it might go that way because obviously there's the whole thing about the cult for the entire movie. Um, it's just I don't like the way it was handled, and I just thought it was really hard to watch and quite sickening. And me complaining about Gremlins 2 yesterday. I mean, I don't think it even touches the level of how violent this thing gets in the last 15 minutes. I mean, it's just disgusting. I mean, you think of all types of mutilation and just violence. I mean, it happens, and it's not fun to watch, and it just sickens your throat a little bit, and just, ugh, and stomach, and oh. And the other thing is that I think what happened with David Cronenberg is that his films can be disturbing, but they can send a message which is interesting. And then this just kind of doesn't do that. At the end, it just kind of just says, "Oh, this is what it is." If this has gone too far, then oh, too bad. Because this is the way it is. And I don't really think that's the right way to take it. I think they've done that really wrong. And even some like Master of the Stars, like David Cronenberg-esque film, that all the characters in it are absolutely horrible, but the whole point of the film is to show there is this twisted side of Hollywood which you don't really want to see, but it does happen, you know. And maybe that would have been the way the film should have gone, I think, if she had been in a movie and then it was all kind of twisted and, you know, that whole thing of her having to do all those things she had to do and then being a star and then her friends sort of thing. That would have been a lot better if you went down that route, but for some reason that didn't happen. And that really disappointed me. And I think if there'd been like another like half an hour just dedicated to that, I think it would have been a lot better. And I just felt like the last 15 minutes were just to be a bloodbath kind of just ruined it, and that wasn't really needed.